problem with celebrities and music and entertainment industries, magazines and organizations taking sides with the candidates. Now, I believe that they have the right to inform and influence the people to make good decisions, but when they choose a candidate, I'm specifically talking about The Rock, and I think that the magazine Rolling Stone may be swaying to one side too. Now, the thing is when you choose to take sides and you have that kind of influence, it's no different than a company that has monopolized an industry and is persuading the people to decide in their favor because they have a power of influence. So if, like The Rock, if he has, like, say, 1 million people that like him, like 700,000 of these people are going to be just blatantly ignorant and not think for themselves and vote for who he votes for and he wants to endorse just because they like him. And that's really not fair. So I think it's a responsibility and a duty, ethical responsibility and duty for these privileged organizations and individuals not to take sides. And I find it to be selfish and discriminating and un-American for them to have an opinion in the way that they do. They are privileged, and we are the ones that make them popular and put them up there because we acknowledge the hard work and dedication they have and the skills that they have, and combining their efforts to bring us either entertainment or some kind of circumstance where we are educated or enlightened or, fulfilled by. So for them to take sides is really not fair at all. And I think it's biased. And I think, like The Rock, I think, maybe he has a political agenda of his own, in mind, like Sonny Bono, Clint Eastwood, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, which actually, they endorse themselves. They didn't, like, piggyback with somebody that has influence. And I really would be curious to see if there was some kind of, like, coercement or some kind of privilege discussed between The Rock and the candidate of his choice, on behalf of his people, I think the Samoans. So, there's so many, like, underlining things here that are influencing people to make decisions. And, one thing that was said on Rolling Stone that I just listened to, it says that, like, if the votes aren't suppressed, then the current POTUS will stay in office, or something like that. So, why is it that the one side is caught as responsible for throwing boxes in the dumpster if those reports are true? So, like, technically, if they're winning, why are they going to throw the boxes in the dumpster? So it's a bunch of BS, and, like, we're being played over and over again. And the fact that these celebrities and popular magazines that have been around for a while are just as biased as the people that want to support police without regard to really considering what their actions are and hold them accountable just because, they have experiences from way back when, or that they remember were justified, so they're going to be ignorant and apply that influence to their decision making and promote something that has been corrupted and turned bad. So it's like they're not even considering that the state of the circumstances that exist now are faulty. They're just going on selfish whims on what they personally want. And that's pretty disgusting. Because, what the fact of the matter is none of these people that are even in office or representing anybody that's in agencies or candidates, they don't even walk the life that we walk. They don't represent the people of America at all. They're just, like, out there proclaiming this and that so they can get favoritism and they could rack up numbers so they could, move up in position in society. And this is disgusting. And for the American people to support that, it shows that half of them are ignorant and half of them are blind. And, that goes for the candidates and a lot of people too. A lot of people that are already in office. These are human beings, and they're not perfect. And at the end of the day, it's just really ridiculous. It's a disgusting perversion of justice, and it's a compromising our freedom and liberties. And, we get tired of it. It's like, okay, let it all fall apart. But in the end of the day, the red, white, and blue still means freedom, liberty, and justice for all. And that Statue of Liberty is a good thing, and that flag stands for something. That's why people still risk their lives to get here. So these people need to stop soiling it and take advantage of their influence and monopolizing people's brains with their little petty little, toyish lives that they have. It's very adolescent. It's very egotistical. It's very emotionally based, to want to fulfill their insecurities. It's quite disgusting.